Good day everyone, and today I will talk about our performance task in statistics and probability by Jessimer Almedehar and Melvin Lapus. Okay, so our group came up with an idea of the number of hours students spend their time on school-related subjects, and the reason why we chose this topic is, as of today, we don't know if the student is trying to learn something or not, because we cannot see them. And why? Today's learning method is to learn from online or modular, which is based on their home and we can see them personally. Okay, so our objective is to gather data from the student, and we gathered 30 data from the student in Holy Cross College, Pampanga, and find the mean standard deviation of the gathered data and to construct a bell curve that contains the data. Okay, so this chart represents the gathered data. Okay, so the number of students, if you add them up, and that will be the total of 30, and the hours spent by student. Okay, the lowest spent by student on learning things is an hour, and the longest spent on student learning school-related subjects is in 16 hours. Okay, so if you will represent it into graph, and this will be the table of our gathered data. X represents the hours spent by the student, while the P of X will be the number of students to the number of hours students spent on school-related subjects. Okay, in order to get the value of the third column, you need to multiply the first column by the second column. 1 times 4, 2 times 1, 3 times 7, and so on. So then you can get the value of mean. You will need to sum up the third column and divide it by 30. So if you can ask where I get 30 is because that's the number of how many students I asked on this research. So if you were to divide that, you will get the value of 6.2. Now that you have the mean, you will be able to solve the fourth column, which is x minus mean. For example, 1 minus 6.2 will be negative 5.2, 2 minus 6.2 is negative 4.2, and so on. In the fifth column, you will need to square the answer you get on the fourth column. Okay, so negative 5.2 squared will be negative 27.04, negative 4.2 squared will be 17.64, and so on. In the sixth column, you will need to multiply your answer in the fifth column and the second column, which is negative 27.04 multiplied by 4 will be negative 108.16, and so on. So now that you complete the sixth column, you will be able to solve the standard deviation. So first, you will need to sum up everything in the sixth column, which is negative 108.16, negative 17.64, negative 71.68, negative 14.52, and so on. Divide by the number of students you ask, which is 30, and square root the answer, and the standard deviation will be 2.6. Now that the mean and the standard deviation is there, you will be able to solve and construct a bell curve. So now you have the mean, which is 6.2, standard deviation, which is 2.6. So first, you need to round it to the nearest possible number, which is 6.2 will be 6 and 2.6 will be 3. Then in order to get the value of score, you will need to plus mean add by SD, which is the shortened version of standard deviation. 6 plus 3 will be 9. Now the raw score will be 9. Then you will be able to step ahead to get the value of Z, which is raw score minus mean divided by SD. If you replace that in the number, 9 minus 6 will be 3 divided by 3 will be 1. Then your Z score, your Z value will be 1. Now all you have to do now is to represent and create your curve. Okay, so that does this score has a value of 1, you will have to locate what is the value in this section, which is now that you see the 1, the population will be 7. The population data will be 7.